There are films that entertain, films that move you, and then there are films that punch you in the soul and leave you curled in the fetal position wondering why you even hit play. That's the territory we are wandering into today. Foreign cinema has always had a talent for pushing boundaries, psychologically as well as visually. Hollywood might give us jump scares and big budget gore, but outside of that system, filmmakers often have the freedom and the audacity to explore subjects that are taboo or outright traumatic. Last year, I made a video about the most disturbing foreign films ever made, and just when you thought Murders and Come and See represented the peak of cinematic darkness, there's always something waiting just a little further down the rabbit hole. So today, we are talking about foreign films too disturbing to forget. Let's go international. Bleak with a capital B. Václav Marul's adaptation of Jerzy Kosinski's controversial novel is nearly 3 hours of unrelenting despair. Shot in gorgeous but unforgiving black and white, the story follows a young Jewish boy wandering through Eastern Europe during World War II. What might sound like a straightforward historical drama quickly turns into a catalogue of humanity's worst impulses. The boy moves from one village to another, encountering grotesque violence, assaults, mutilation, animal cruelty, and sadistic adults at every turn. What makes it so disturbing is the violence and the relentlessness. The viewer is forced into an endurance test, stripped of narrative comfort or cinematic relief. And to make matters worse, it's all presented with an aesthetic beauty that only deepens the nightmare. Every shot could be framed in a gallery, yet every frame seems to wound you. In many ways, The Painted Bird is a paradox, a film that is both stunning and unbearable. It asks whether beauty can coexist with horror, and by the end, you are not sure if you should admire its artistry or resent it for what it puts you through. Possession, the breakup movie from hell. On the surface, Andrzej Zulawski's film is about a marriage falling apart. Sam Neill plays a husband whose wife begins acting strangely, leading to paranoia, infidelity, and escalating violence. But this isn't just a domestic drama. It spirals into a hallucinatory nightmare involving doppelgangers, cult-like conspiracies, and a slimy, tentacled creature lurking in the shadows. What makes it disturbing is the horror element but also the raw, fevered performances. Isabelle Adjani's infamous subway scene is one of the most intense moments ever put on film, a mix of hysteria, physical convulsions, and psychic collapse. She won Best Actress at Cannes for it, and it's not hard to see why. Possession operates like a psychosexual Lovecraftian meltdown. You will not fully understand what's happening, and somehow, that confusion makes it even more terrifying. Yes, technically the UK is usually considered to be part of the Hollywood system, but Threads feels like an outlier in the disturbing film canon. It wasn't a theatrical release, but a BBC television movie, and yet it remains one of the most haunting portrayals of nuclear war ever committed to screen. Unlike American nuclear dramas like The Day After, for example, Threads takes a documentary-like approach. It follows ordinary people in Sheffield before, during, and after a nuclear strike. There are no melodramatic speeches, no heroic last stands, just an almost clinical depiction of panic, annihilation, and the slow death of civilization. The result is horrifying precisely because it feels so plausible. The mushroom cloud isn't the climax, it's just the beginning of starvation, radiation sickness, and social collapse. By the time the movie reaches its ending, with language itself breaking down in the next generation, you are left numb. There are no monsters here, just us, and the terrifying consequences of our own inventions. Yorgos Lanthimos doesn't rely on gore to disturb you. Instead, he crafts a world of quiet absurdity that grows more horrifying the longer you sit with it. Dogtooth tells the story of three adult children raised in total isolation within a walled compound. Their parents control every aspect of their lives, the words they use, the ideas they know, even their sexual experiences. When small cracks in their fabricated reality begin to form, the results are as unsettling as they are surreal. The horror of Dogtooth is in its stillness. Characters behave with a strong calm even as disturbing acts unfold. There's little music, little emotion, just a cold precision of control. It's a film that crawls under your skin because of what it shows and because of what it suggests. That reality itself is fragile, and authority, when absolute, can make people believe almost anything. If Gaspar Noé directed a punk rock version of Requiem for a Dream, it might look something like X-Drama. Based on a novel by Herman Brusselmans, the film follows a group of disabled musicians who recruit a well-known writer to be the drummer. Instead of redemption or empowerment, what unfolds is a spiral of cruelty, nihilism, and black comedy. The visuals are chaotic and distorted, often reflecting the characters' warped perspectives. The tone is deliberately offensive, the word filthy, and the characters irredeemable. It's a film that seems designed to repel you, and yet, like a car crash, you can't quite look away. Few films are as legendary and as reviled as Pier Paolo Pasolini's Salo. Loosely adapted from the writings of the Marquis de Sade, the film transposes his sadistic fantasies into fascist Italy. The result is a series of ritualized tortures, humiliation, and violations committed against a group of teenagers by powerful men. What makes Salo endure in the cultural imagination isn't just its graphic content, but its coldness. There is no melodrama, no release, only a detached presentation of cruelty as a tool of power. Pasolini wasn't interested in shock for shock's sake. He was interested in showing how fascism reduces human beings to objects, and how authoritarian power thrives on dehumanization. It's a difficult film to watch, often banned and rarely enjoyed, but it's also one of the most studied precisely because its horror is inseparable from its political critique. What makes a movie disturbing isn't just gore or shock, it's the lingering discomfort, the emotional aftertaste, the way it warms into your memory and replays when you least expect it. The films on this list cross lines, not always gracefully, and definitely not painlessly. Some aim to critique systems of power, others to probe the limits of human desire, and some, well, simply to confront us with ugliness we would rather ignore. But that's the strange power of disturbing cinema. It doesn't let you look away. It forces you to sit with the discomfort, and in doing so, reminds you of the extremes of human experience, both beautiful and horrifying. So if you've got the stomach for it, these films are waiting. Just remember, watch with caution.